The cover sheet is just going to go on a regular title block, so go to New, ENUS, and select your title block. The first thing that we want to bring in is our base view. In this case, I want to use my Hammer IPN, so make sure that you select the correct file and say OK, and let's bring it in. We're going to adjust the scale, and this looks like a good size, and then make sure that it is shaded and say OK, go. The first thing that we need to add is our parts list. So go to the Annotate tab, click on Parts List, and we're going to select this view. Go ahead and say OK again, and we're just going to place it in this top view right here. The next thing that we need to do is modify our parts list. So I don't want description, I want to add materials. So go up here and make sure that you select Column Chooser. From the Column Chooser, we can go down this list and find Material and click Add. We can then click on Description over here and remove it. Once you have these four things there, go ahead and say OK. Look at it, looks all correct to me, and say OK. And then we can adjust the size of our columns. And this is so it just doesn't take up a lot of space on our paper. Next, I want to add a general table. This is where my unspecified tolerances will go. I need 2 columns and 6 data rows. So go ahead and enter that and say OK. And I'm just going to place it down here in this bottom corner. I'm going to double click on this table, and all I need to do is change the different column headings. The first thing I need to do is right click on column 1 and go to table layout. Here is where I can change the name of what my table is called. I'm going to call this and we're using all capital letters, unspecified tolerances, and hit OK. Next thing I need to do is right click on column 1 and go to format column. This one is going to say decimals and say OK. The next column is going to say IN, inches, and say OK. And here is where I enter in all of the rest of the information that I need. Now I have to enter in under the inches column the tolerance. So plus slash minus 0.1, enter, 125 micro inches, and this should be a lowercase u, and click apply. And we have one extra column or one extra row, so all we need to do is remove that row and apply, say OK, and just reposition our table. Oops, reposition our table. So that's it. That's all that we need for this right here. We then need to add our general notes, and those can go right here. And the general notes should say that this needs to be bolded and underlined. Okay. So once you have that, the last thing that we need to do is add a title, so we can put that wherever we feel like we have some extra space. I'm going to put it right there, 15.2 hammer. And there you go. Make sure that you change your drawing name title to hammer cover sheet. And let's see if it'll, there we go. And that's all we need. So go ahead and save this. This is your hammer cover sheet. So I'm just going to put hammer.